Welcome to this week's episode of This Week in Hoops. So the biggest talk of the basketball world right now is Anthony Davis of the New Orleans Pelicans, who requested a trade. The Lakers seem to be the front runner and most interested in getting him, but this trade request was not unexpected. This was years in the making, and one of the teams everyone expected to try to get him was the Boston Celtics, and they're currently uninvolved in the trade talks. But they're not uninvolved because they want to be. They just, at the moment, cannot trade for Anthony Davis due to a relatively unknown rule. So, back in 2011, the Rose Rule was created. The Rose Rule was named after Derrick Rose, the 2011 MVP and the youngest MVP in NBA history. The Rose Rule was created to serve two purposes. The first purpose was to reward young players who exceeded expectations who were on their rookie contracts with an extra fifth year on that contract with more money added on. And the second purpose was to try to get hometown superstars to stay in their team, which basically means it allowed teams to offer more money for a player to re-sign with them than if they left to go to a different team. You see, the super team concept has taken over the NBA, and the NBA is trying to counteract that by letting home teams basically offer more money to try and retain their own players. It's to try to keep player movement down. So, a little known caveat along with the Rose Rule, though, is you're not allowed to have two Rose Rule players. You're not allowed to have two Rose Rule players that you traded for on your roster. The Boston Celtics currently have one Rose Rule player on their roster, point guard Kyrie Irving, who they traded for from the Cleveland Cavaliers about a couple years ago. So, until Kyrie Irving signs a new contract upcoming in the summer when he's a free agent, the Celtics cannot trade for Anthony Davis. But once Irving either signs that contract or leaves the Celtics will be able to make a move for Davis, but not until at least July 1st when free agency starts. So that's it for today's episode, just giving you a little insight on a little known rule, the Rose Rule, that has a big impact on what's going on in basketball today. Thank you all, and see you next week.